Okay, Stefan, thank you for your time today. Can you give us an overview of your organization and also your role within?
Yes, organization is the BAADER Group. BAADER is building machineries for food and poultry processing. We are a leader in those fields, and BAADER has already almost 100 years old. It's family owned and managed by 3 people. So we have a very flat hierarchy, and I'm personally from the digitalization team, working as a software architect. I'm a computer scientist and designing the data-intensive applications around the big data analysis and things like that.
And how do you actually collect and share data within your operations?
So we have a lot of sensory data from our machines, just from the machines. We collect those data in a standard way, and moreover, we collect the data from our product itself. For example, the weight, the grading, and the point is we are strongly interested to having partnerships to provide those data, integrate foreign data into our database, or to offer data from our database to finally build a high product value directly to the customer. That's our main focus, actually.
Right. And do you actually use this industry benchmark to measure your data?
Actually, not yet. So we are interested in establishing a benchmark based on our domain. So we're just finding what's the critical point here.
Do you actually also share data with other partners along the supply chain?
Yes, we do. For example, we integrate data from due to our new methodology at BAADER. So we have a new concept communicating with our customers. And this allows us to get new things, new viewpoints to what's important for poultry processing. And so we learned that, for example, the time of a truck arrival is more important, or was just more important to the customer than the product data. For example, not the grading itself was very important. They were more interested in the truck arrivals to provide value or to improve the animal welfare.
And so far, what kind of analysis has been derived, on the part of, say, animal welfare?
So we made a lot of workshops together with the customer to view or to understand the right position of the customer. What's animal welfare for this customer? What's important for this customer? And then we collect this data. We start already to collecting this data with very different data providers. And then we derive some important facts, what is critical in this data, what information is valuable in this data.
Did you already see certain trends within, say, the domain of animal welfare or truck arrivals?
Yes, we see already trends, and we already saw some correlation between for example, temperature and the grading. And we are we're very strongly interested in to apply modern technologies from computer science, for example, artificial intelligence, to get correlations automatically. Yeah.
And what do you consider as some of the greatest challenges in collecting and sharing of data?
So the main challenges from our perspective is the very broad varieties of machines. So they are very old machines, they're very new machines, different machines in the factory. And from our perspective, it's also our new methodology in communicating with the customer, with internal partners, also external partners. That's a new way, but it's very valuable for us. Yes.
Right, and how do you think we can make data sharing more effective within the poultry supply chain?
So, what's the value of data from our perspective? The value of data is, or the data itself is valuable for the customer, not very valuable for us. We built a tool to provide new information out of the data, and this information is very valuable for the customer once we get something out of the data. And once the customer and all our partners understand this concept, that's information which derive out of the data, then probably sharing data might be much easier finally.
And how far do you think we can be, from having a higher level of receptivity towards sharing of data?
So I think the entire IT operation in general, cloud computing and all those stuff are all at the beginning in this industry, I guess. So of course, so we have now the time to open up sharing the data, and then once we open up, we would be much get more pressure on this. Yes.